Hi, this is Ishita Datta, a legal intern at Lexis & Company, and today I will be talking about the topic mistake of law and mistake of fact. Before understanding what is a mistake of facts and mistakes of law, let's get into some basic concepts. For example, what is the general defense? So general defense is a set of excuses which can be used or are used by the defendant to escape his liability in tort when the plaintiff brings an action against him, providing the essentials of the tort. The defendant can plead the defense only if his actions fall under the specified set of conditions that goes attached to these defenses and failing to prove the reason for his actions. He cannot escape from the liability arising out of it. So some of the general defenses are voluntary non-fit injuria or the defense of consent, plaintiff the wrongdoer, inevitable accident, act of God, private defense, mistake, necessity, statutory authority, mistake falling under the defense of torts. It can be classified into two subheadings, mistake of facts and mistake of law. So where the mistake of facts can be treated as a defense to reduce the liability, taking the plea of absence of the mens rea. The mistake of law is no defense assuming that apart from certain exceptions, everyone is well versed with the laws. So mistake of fact. So in general, a mistake of fact generally refers to a mistaken understanding by someone as to facts of the situation. The mistake results in the person committing an illegal act. As the mistake of the fact can be used as a defense and it is excusable, that mistake has to be reasonable and honest. For example, Mr. A and Mr. B were studying contract law authored by XYZ in the library together. After some time, Mr. B received a call from his home directing him to come home as soon as possible. In that case, he rushed back to his home and in a hurry, by mistake, he took away the book of Mr. A with him. Here in this case, Mr. B will not be held liable because of the mistake of facts. Another illustration could be Miss X used to get her Pomeranian dog to work every morning. On one fine morning, while talking on the phone with her friend Miss X, lost hold of her dog. So while looking for her dog, she found another dog of the same breed, assuming it to be her own dog, and she took it home. So while later she noticed that the mark her dog had was not there and she mistakenly took another person's dog. So here Miss X will not be liable as it was a mistake of facts. At the same time, the mistake of fact cannot be used as a defense when it has been done knowingly, despite knowledge. So an example of this could be A visited B's house with 2 boxes of sweets, giving it to B. A specifically mentioned that blue box is for him, whereas the red one is for C, his elder son. Afterwards, B consumed both the boxes of sweets. Here, B cannot take the defense of mistake of fact, stating that as both boxes were handed over to him, and he assumed it to be his only, as at the time of delivering the sweets itself, there were conditions were specifically mentioned. So in the case of Morinson versus Ritchie and Company, a statement was published by the defendant that the plaintiff had given birth to twins. Even if the defendant had done it in a good faith, he was held liable on the ground that the plaintiff was married 2 months ago only, and the defendant was held liable for the offence of defamation. An element of good faith was held immaterial in that case. Mistake as to mistake of fact essential to the agreement is dealt with under the law of contracts, whereas section 20 of the law talks about the agreement to be void between both parties of the contract under mistake as to the matter of fact. If, for example, A agreed to sell his house to B for 5 lakhs. Later it turns out that the particular house had already been sold to Z by A's father, as both the parties were ignorant of this fact. The agreement is void. So where section 20 talks about both the parties being ignorant, section 22 talks about the contract is not voidable merely because it was caused by one of the parties to it being under a mistake as to the matter of fact. So in Ayakkam Angal Singh versus the Union of India, an auction was held for the sale of fishery rights where the plaintiff made the highest bid of 40,000 rupees. The rent was 40,000 per year and the plaintiff sought to avoid the contract on the ground that he, under the mistake, thought of 40,000 being the rent for 3 years. So in this case, it was held that since the mistake was unilateral, the contract was not affected, thereby the same could not be avoided. So what is mistake of law? Ignorantia juris neminem. Excused. Ignorance of law is no excuse. The mistake of law is the legal principle that refers to one or more mistakes that are made by individual in understanding how applicable law is applied to their past activities which are under analysis by the court. For example, Mrs. S at a crossing did not stop his car at a red signal. Traffic police charged him for breaking the rules here. So Mr. S cannot plead that he was not aware of the law. Generally, the mistake of law cannot be taken as a defense and is not excusable, as it is assumed that the other than minor lunatics and insane know the law of the country where he or she resides, but to some extent, acting in good faith can be the exception for the same. Specifically, mistake of fact can be used as a defense in 4 limited circumstances. First is when the law has not been published. Second is when the defendant relied upon a law or statute that was later overturned or deemed unconstitutional. Third is when the defendant relied upon a judicial decision that was later overruled. And fourth is when the defendant relied upon an interpretation by an applicable official. The maxim that ignorance of the law is no excuse for breaking it has been developed from the ancient Roman law. It was the old good days where the number of laws were less and were numbered. It was easy to remember and understand them, and it was justified that one should know all the laws. So in the time where all our actions are regulated by law, if the mistake of law is allowed to be taken as the defense, everyone will start pleading the same, and this will lead to the end of the purpose of justice. But there is more to it. We have so many forms of law, and most of the judgments delivered is in either English or Hindi language. So what if a person knows neither English or Hindi, and also there is an overruling of judgments of one court by the other higher court, sometimes apex court overruling its own judgment. In such cases, how a layman is supposed to know the laws and keep himself updated with the same? So likewise, Article 35A of our Constitution was unknown to everyone except for the last year or so. One can't find the article printed in any of the barracks of the Constitution or in the latest textbooks written by famous authors. So Article 35A was added by the Constitution, application to Jammu and Kashmir Order 1954 by the President of India on May 14, 1954, exercising the powers conferred by Article 371, Clause 1 of the Constitution, and with the occurrence of the government of Jammu and Kashmir. The absence of this article in statute books is a proof of its non-publicity and non-promulgation. Also in Martindale versus Faulkner, it was observed that no presumption in this country that every person knows the law, and it would be contrary to common sense and reasons if it was so. So as per Section 21 of the Indian Contract Act 1872, the validity of the contract is not affected by the mistake of law and does not make the contract voidable on the same ground. So what are the provisions under IPC? Ignorance of law is no excuse, but where the motive is an important ingredient, it can be used as a defense. Section 76 and 79 of the IPC deals with the general exceptions under Chapter 4. Section 79 states that an act done by a person justified or by the mistake of fact believing himself justified by law. So nothing is an offence which is done by any person who is justified by law or who by reason of a mistake of fact and not by a reason of mistake of law in good faith believes himself to be justified by law in doing it. An example of this could be a police officer being ordered by the court to arrest X, and after due injury he arrests Z, believing him to be X. So here he has committed no offence. Section 79, act is done by a person justified or by mistake of fact believing himself justified by law. So nothing is an offence which is done by any person who is justified by law or who by a reason of mistake of fact and not by a reason of mistake of law in good faith believes himself to be justified by law in doing it. So in the state of Orissa versus Khora Ghasi, the accused, while he was guarding his field, shot an arrow on the moving object in good faith that it was a bear, but the shot results in the death of a person. So here immunity under a mistake of fact can be availed to the accused person. So in conclusion, I would like to say that in general, the mistake of fact can be used as a defense to escape the liabilities. Talking the absence of mens rea as one of the most important essentials, it must have to be honest and reasonable and bona fide in nature. On the other hand, mistake of law is no excuse, keeping in mind its repercussions and the onus falling on individuals to know the laws except minors, lunatics and insane. However, there are a few rare exceptions to this rule which gives exemptions from the liability arising out of mistake of law. Thank you so much.